What if I told you that the reason your back aches the moment you stand up, that stiff, locked feeling that makes you pause and brace yourself before your spine agrees to straighten, has very little to do with your back muscles at all? And what if I told you that the real cause is something happening in your hips right now that almost nobody has ever explained to you properly? Because here is what I see happen over and over again. Someone notices their back starts to hurt the second they rise from a chair. They feel a pull in the lower spine when they stand at the kitchen counter. They wake up stiff, they bend forward, and it catches, and slowly their whole posture begins to fold inward. They go to their doctor, and they hear the same things every single time. Strengthen your core. Try to sit up straight. Maybe it is just age. So they go home, they do a few sit-ups, they remind themselves to stand tall, and nothing changes. The aching continues. The stiffness continues. And eventually they accept it as just another part of getting older. I am here today to tell you it is not just part of getting older. And it is not inevitable. I am going to explain exactly what is happening inside your body in plain, simple language. And then, I am going to walk you through 8 exercises that target the real problem directly. No gym, no equipment, just a wall, a chair, and less than 12 minutes a day. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. So let me explain what is actually happening in your body. Here is the truth that most people never hear. When your lower back aches and stiffens, the problem is very often not coming from your back at all. At the front of your hips sit a pair of deep muscles called the hip flexors. They run from the front of your spine, down through your pelvis, and connect to the top of your thigh bone. Every time you sit, these muscles shorten. And after years and years of sitting, in chairs, in cars, on the couch, they slowly become tight and shortened in their resting state. Now here is the part that changes everything. When those hip flexors stay short and tight, they pull on the front of your pelvis and tilt it forward. And when your pelvis tilts forward, your lower spine is forced into an exaggerated curve. Your back muscles then have to work overtime every single moment you are standing, just to hold you upright against that constant pull. That is the deep aching you feel. That is the stiffness when you first stand up. It is not weakness in your back. It is tension in the front of your hips dragging your whole posture out of alignment. That is the real mechanism. And fixing it means addressing both sides. Releasing the tight, shortened hip flexors at the front, and reawakening the muscles that have gone quiet and weak from years of sitting. The deep core and the muscles of your backside that are supposed to support your spine. That is exactly what these 8 exercises do. We work in 2 groups today. Group 1 releases the tight hip flexors and the front of the body. Group 2 reactivates the muscles that hold you upright. You need both. They work together. One without the other will not give you lasting relief. Group 1. The release exercises. Exercise 1. Supported kneeling hip flexor stretch. Why this matters. The hip flexor is the single muscle most responsible for pulling your pelvis forward and overloading your lower back. This stretch lengthens it directly and gently. How to do it. Kneel on a cushion or folded towel with one knee on the floor and the other foot planted flat in front of you, knee bent at a comfortable angle. Keep a sturdy chair beside you for support. Gently tuck your tailbone under, as if you are tightening a belt one notch, and then ease your hips forward just slightly. You should feel a soft stretch across the front of the hip and thigh of the leg that is kneeling. Never sharp, just a clear, gentle pull. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing slowly. Return, then switch sides. Do 2 repetitions on each side. Most people notice it gets easier to stand tall within the first 1 to 2 weeks. Exercise 2. Seated forward fold release. Why this matters. The muscles along the back of your thighs, the hamstrings, also pull on your pelvis when they are tight, and they almost always are after years of sitting. Releasing them takes pressure off your lower back. How to do it? Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your back straight. Extend one leg out in front of you, heel on the floor, toes pointing up. Keep the other foot flat. Now, keeping your back long and straight, hinge forward gently from your hips, not by rounding your spine. You should feel a stretch along the back of the extended leg. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe slowly and let the muscle release. Return and switch legs. Do 2 repetitions on each side per session. Exercise 3. Gentle spinal release on the wall. Why this matters. Stretching lengthens the muscle, but years of tension also create deep stiffness in the small joints of the spine, the kind that stretching alone does not reach. This gentle movement coaxes that stiffness loose. How to do it? Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet about a foot away from it, knees softly bent. Press the small of your lower back gently toward the wall, flattening the curve. Hold for 3 seconds, then release. Repeat this slow press and release 10 times. Move smoothly, never forcing. As you do this, you are teaching your spine to find a neutral position again instead of the locked, overarched one it has been stuck in. Do this once daily, ideally in the morning. Group 2. The reactivation exercises. Exercise 4. Slow motion sit to stand. Why this matters. Before you can move through your day without that catch in your back, you need to retrain the exact moment that hurts the most, the act of standing up. Doing it in slow motion strips away the momentum that normally hides your weakness and forces the right muscles to switch on. How to do it? Sit on a sturdy chair, feet flat and hip-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest. Now, leaning slightly forward from the hips, rise to standing as slowly as you possibly can, taking a full 3 to 4 seconds to come up. Squeeze your backside muscles at the top. Then lower yourself back down just as slowly, with full control, for another 3 to 4 seconds. That is 1 repetition. Do 8 to 10 of them. That is 1 set. Complete 2 sets. Focus on this. Push through your heels, not your toes. Feel your backside and the front of your thighs doing the work, not your lower back. The shaking you may feel is the right muscles waking up. That is the entire point. Progress tip. Once this feels smooth, try it with your arms reaching forward instead of crossed, which adds a gentle challenge to your balance and core. Exercise 5. Standing pelvic tilt. Why this matters. This directly retrains the pelvis to sit in a neutral position instead of the forward tilt that overloads your spine. It teaches your deep core to take over the job your back has been straining to do. How to do it. Stand tall with one hand resting lightly on the back of a chair. Place your other hand flat on your lower belly. Now, gently tilt your pelvis, drawing your pubic bone up toward your belly button and flattening your lower back slightly. You will feel your deep abdominal muscles softly engage. Hold for 3 seconds, then slowly release back to neutral. Do this 10 times, slowly and with control. Focus on this. The movement is small. This is not about big motion. It is about learning to control the position of your pelvis. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your breathing steady throughout. Progress tip. As this becomes easy, try it without holding the chair, letting your balance work a little harder. Exercise 6. Standing glute squeeze with leg lift. Why this matters. Your gluteal muscles, the muscles of your backside, are meant to be among the strongest in your body and a key support for your lower spine. But years of sitting put them to sleep. When they are weak, your back picks up the slack. This wakes them back up. How to do it. Stand tall behind a sturdy chair with both hands resting lightly on the back. Keeping your standing leg slightly bent, extend one leg straight back behind you, only a few inches, leading with your heel. As you lift, squeeze the backside of that leg firmly. Do not arch your back to lift higher. The movement is small and controlled. Hold the squeeze for 2 seconds, then lower with control. Do 10 repetitions, then switch legs. Focus on this. The lift should come from squeezing your backside, not from swinging your leg or arching your spine. Progress tip. Once comfortable, try a brief 2-second pause at the top of each lift to deepen the activation. Exercise 7. Wall-supported back extension. Why this matters. After years of folding forward over desks, phones, and tasks, the muscles that gently extend your spine become weak, and the front of your body becomes tight. This carefully reverses that pattern. How to do it. Stand facing away from a wall, about a foot in front of it, feet hip-width apart. Place both hands on your lower back for support. Now, slowly and gently, lean your upper body backward just a small amount, looking slightly upward until you feel a mild stretch across the front of your body and a gentle engagement along your spine. Move only as far as is comfortable. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at that gentle endpoint, then return slowly to standing tall. Do this 5 times, slowly. Focus on this. This is a small, controlled movement. Never force yourself into a deep back bend. The goal is gentle, repeated motion, not depth. Keep the chair or wall within reach in case you need it. Progress tip. As your control improves over the weeks, you can gradually increase the range very slightly, but always stay in the pain-free zone. Exercise 8. Multi-direction reach and recover. Why this matters. Real life does not happen in straight lines. You reach for a cup, you turn to grab something behind you, you bend to pick something up. These are the exact moments your back strains when it is not properly supported. This exercise trains your core and hips to stabilize your spine while you move in different directions, which is the skill that protects you in daily life. How to do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair with one hand resting lightly on the back, feet hip-width apart, back straight. With your free hand, slowly reach forward and slightly down, as if reaching for something on a low shelf, keeping your core gently engaged so your spine stays long and supported, not rounded. Return to center, then reach out to the side. Return to center, then reach gently across your body. Return to center. That full sequence, forward, side, and across, is 1 round. Do 3 rounds on each side. Focus on this. Let your hips and core do the stabilizing work. Move slowly and with control. Progress tip. As you get stronger, gradually reduce your grip on the chair, from full hand to fingertips to no support at all, letting your body learn to stabilize on its own. Now that you have seen all 8 exercises, I want to stop for a moment before you begin, because your safety is the most important thing here, and I would never forgive myself if someone got hurt trying to follow along. First, please understand that these exercises are designed for general use by healthy older adults. If you have been diagnosed with a serious spinal condition, have had recent back surgery, suffer from a herniated disc, severe sciatica, or any nerve-related pain that travels down your leg, please speak with your physician or a licensed physical therapist before attempting any of these movements. Your situation may require a modified or closely supervised approach, and that is completely okay. Second, for the stretches in Group 1 specifically, never force any movement. The stretches should always feel like a gentle, mild pull, never sharp, never pinching, and never accompanied by pain shooting down your legs or numbness in your feet. If you feel any of those things, stop immediately and consult your doctor before continuing. The lower back is a sensitive area, and patience here will serve you far better than pushing too hard, too fast. Third, for the standing exercises in Group 2, always have something within reach before you start. A wall, a sturdy chair, a countertop, it does not matter which, as long as it is there. This is not because I expect you to fall, it is because having that safety net nearby lets you train with more confidence and less tension, which actually makes every single exercise more effective. Fourth, never do these exercises in socks on a hard floor. Socks on smooth surfaces are one of the most common causes of slips at home. Go barefoot if you can. It is actually ideal because it maximizes the sensory feedback your brain receives from the ground. If you prefer footwear, choose shoes with a non-slip sole. Fifth, and most importantly, if at any point during any of these exercises you experience sharp pain, pain that travels down your leg, numbness, tingling, or anything that simply does not feel right, stop immediately. Do not push through it. There is no movement here worth risking an injury over. Work at your own pace, progress on your own timeline, and let your body tell you when it is ready for more. That is how lasting change is built. Now let me give you your daily routine. Here is the simplest way to fit all 8 exercises into your day. Every morning, spend about 5 minutes on the 3 release exercises, the hip flexor stretch, the forward fold, and the gentle spinal release on the wall. Think of this as unlocking the front of your body so your spine can finally sit where it is meant to. Then, at any point during the day, even in short 2-minute bursts, work through the 5 reactivation exercises. The sit to stand and the pelvic tilt can be done anywhere you have a chair. The glute squeeze, the back extension, and the reach and recover all fit in a small space beside a chair or wall. The entire routine takes less than 12 minutes total, and these work best done consistently, a little every day, rather than long sessions once or twice a week. Do not skip the days when you feel good. Those are actually the most important days of all. Every repetition builds the strength and the habit that hold your spine in its proper place automatically, without you having to think about it. You are doing the work now so your body can support you later, in those everyday moments when it matters most. The aching, the stiffness, the bracing yourself before you stand, none of that has to be the final chapter. Your body has not given up on you. It may simply need the right muscles released, the right muscles reawakened, and the right daily practice. When you give your body the correct input consistently, it responds slowly, quietly, and steadily. Before you leave this video, remember this. The people who improve the most are not always the ones who push the hardest. They are the ones who show up every day, even when nothing seems to be changing, because the body often improves before you can feel it. Muscles are waking up, alignment is shifting, tension is releasing, and then one morning you rise from your chair and realize something important. You stood up without that catch in your back. You simply stood. So start small today. Do the hip flexor stretch. Try the slow motion sit to stand. That is enough for day 1. Then add one more exercise every few days. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is to teach your body, one careful repetition at a time, how to hold itself upright again without strain. Give yourself 6 weeks of steady practice, and you may begin to feel more ease, more freedom in your movement, and far less of that stiffness that has been following you from chair to chair. And please, do not keep this to yourself. If you know someone who groans every time they stand up, who braces a hand on their back, or who has slowly stopped doing the things they love because of stiffness, share this video with them. This simple information may help them feel looser, stronger, and more independent. One more thing before you go. Releasing your hips and reactivating your core is one powerful part of the picture. The next piece is leg strength. Even when your back feels better, your legs still need the power to support you and carry you through your day with confidence. That is why I made a dedicated video on safe leg strengthening exercises for people over 70. No gym, no equipment, and easy to follow at home. That video is on the screen right now. Click it next and I will walk you through it step by step. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.